My name is David from Uneek 4x4. I'm going to be showing how we install a rear bumper and tire carrier today. First, we're going to go through all the different products, or different items you can see. Here's the rear bumper itself. Stainless steel step. This one's got LED lights installed. Otherwise, you get a step that sits a bit lower. If you have 33-inch tires or below, you can run the other step without the tire carrier. This one definitely needs a tire carrier because it's got the step in it that sits higher. Here's where the sub-axle mounts. High lift jacking points, that's basically the bumper. See the mounts here that actually mount on the chassis, very thick 8mm steel. Nuts already welded in to make it easier for you. Very solid unit. Nut plates that go inside your chassis so you don't have to get a spanner inside there. Here's the tire carrier itself. You can see the adjustability up and down for the tire depending on the size. Heavy duty tow hooks, 20mm steel. The brackets here that take the mud flaps and also support the side of the car, the side of the bumper. We got bolt kits, rear bracket that mounts onto the door, the tire mount itself. These mount the tire mount onto the tire carrier. Here's the actual stub axle. You can see 8mm steel, fully welded, big heavy unit. Take the weight of 2 jerry cans plus your spare tire. And inside the bolt kit, you got your soft stop, tie rod, and various nuts and bolts. Relocation of your number plate onto the back tire, adjustable as well, telescopic in and out, light already included, and of course your mud flaps. So we're going to get ready and install this on this green JK here and show you how it's done. Installing this chassis bracket here, there's a left and a right. The bottom ones on this edge here go further into the chassis. And these two sit on the side, straight like that. These two bolts that are coming out the side would actually mount your factory bumper. You're actually going to reuse these, but we're not going to tighten them up all the way because you're going to be putting your side bracket there that takes the mud flaps. Basically, when you put this bracket on, you're going to want it to go up as high as possible. So you're going to push it up as high as you can there. So we take an M12. And we're taking one of these heavy duty washers, and we're taking one of these larger washers here. We're basically just going to stick it on, and we'll put our hand on the inside so the bracket doesn't move. Start it. And using the outside ones here. So remember to push it up as high as it can go with the bottom bolts. One thing we actually are going to do is we're going to measure from the outside of the chassis to the center of the bolt hole because we need to drill on the other side. Side, we have to drill the two bottom holes because the factory has two holes on the bottom that actually suit your factory tow hook. For this side, we drill two holes here. This is really to give a lot of extra strength. So basically, once we got these two bottom ones in, because we're putting the tire carrier on, we're going to leave these two ones off for now. And we'll do up these two and do up these two so we can push the bracket up as high as it can go and as far over as it can go. So now we're going to put the bumper on, and then we put the stub axle on, then we're actually going to use these two bolts here, so we'll leave that as it is for now. Alright, now we've threaded the stub axle through the bottom, and we use these 8mm button head cap screws, 10mm button head cap screws on top. And we do them up, and then we put the two bolts that we missed underneath on the side, and that is your stub axle ready to go. door mount bracket. Basically, this pushes off your rear door and holds the soft stop and the tie rod. So, existing holes in your rear door, just using the M8 hardware and putting the new bracket on. Once we put this on, we're going to put the soft stop on, but we're going to adjust it later after the tire carrier is on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this little tie rod on here. This little tie rod has a left and a right hand thread. So once both sides are hooked up, you can actually turn this bit in the middle here and you can make it longer and shorter. The idea of this tie rod is to hold the tire against the door. When you open the door, it's going to be away from it. When you close the door, it's to pull the tire carrier into this stop here to stop it from rattling. So once it's on, you can just basically put it as short as it can go. And then once the tire carrier is on, we're going to adjust this to suit. Okay, as you can see here, we've got the seal. We've greased up the stub axle, put the seal on, take a large bearing, push it on just like that. We're actually going to put a bit of grease in the bearing. Doesn't need a lot of grease. While it's a wheel bearing, remember it's not going nearly as fast as your tire or your wheel. So a bit of grease just so it doesn't get any corrosion over time. That's pretty much all it takes there. Now we're actually going to lift the tire carrier on. Once the tire carrier is on, we then put the small bearing on top with the washer and the castle nut to hold it all down. So we'll do that now. You might need to hold the tire carrier up. Get one of your friends to hold the tire carrier up so you can push a small bearing on. Tire carrier, rear bar, included with, as you can see in our website, is the mud flaps, the number plate relocating bracket, and he's even optioned it up and got the jerry can holders.